Look for these signs before you get into a relationship, before you're in the relationship, while you're in the relationship, and after you've made a commitment in the relationship. A lot of men these days try to humble women by doing certain things, and these are the things you're going to look for. So one thing that he'll say along in some at some point in the relationship is, "I feel sorry for your future husband or your future boyfriend," basically hinting that you're too much to handle, or you're high maintenance and you need to tone it down a little bit. Don't be who you already are. You need to tone it down so that you can be somewhere where he can handle or control you. This is a red flag. Don't do it. Another thing that he'll say is, "You're not that special." First of all, God made all of us special. So yes, you are that special. Now, if he doesn't feel that he's that special, then that's his problem. That's not yours. And don't believe the hype that you're not special, because you are. Now, I do believe in not being arrogant about all of your abilities, but I do believe in being confident in your abilities, because otherwise, who's going to present them for you if you're not confident? What do you bring to the table? I hate that sentiment. I hate it. Oh, like, what do you bring to the table? This is a I'm not adequate enough on my own at 100% to where I need to present, a full package to you. So I need you to chip in. No, you're not there to fix anybody. You're there to be whole, and he's there to be whole. So you bring nothing to the table so that he can be complete. You should already be in a state of completion, to where you don't need another human to make you whole. But this is a degrading thing to say to a woman. What do you bring to the table? Well, we bring none of your business is what we bring to the table. So if they say, "Oh, I'm more into the more natural beauty," I've had a guy tell me this before. "Oh, I really like a natural woman." Well, why are you in my face? Why are you in my face? Men do this when they want you to be humble, because you know how, like, it's like when you go to run to the store real quick, to the grocery store, and you just kind of have on not just anything, but you're not made up like you're about to go to work or to a meeting or a day out, and you see all these guys. These are low level men that don't feel like, they're not presenting well, so they don't want you to present your best face at all either, because why would you? Because they're not going to give you their best, so they want you to be at your least. And so when they say, "I like a natural woman," no, they don't. You are natural. Your personality is natural. Your heart is natural. Your love is natural. That is all natural. And if the only thing you see is my makeup, then no, you don't want natural. You want. Another thing that they'll say is, "Do you ever work out?" Now, this could be one of either way. I've had a guy say that this when I was in extreme shape, like athletic shape. And I just naturally was do like athletic stuff all the time, but I didn't necessarily work out like a schedule. That's different. But if you are a little bit out of shape, or if you are in a situation where maybe you just had a baby, or you're just going through a rough patch, they'll say this thing to humble you. Again, they need you to be in a place where they can control you. So if they ask you, "Do you ever work out?" and they mean it as a pejorative, then leave this guy alone, because he's going to find ways to tinker at you so that he can make sure that you stay at a low level of self-esteem. Another thing, so when they say, "You're too independent," man, let me tell you this. Let me tell you what something. Men love independent women, because if they leave the house, they want to make sure that they can have someone there that's going to do the things that needs to be done without them shouting out orders, or not like at the top of their lungs, but like giving people orders on what to do. Like, this isn't a job. What they mean is, they want to be able to control someone. So again, if you're not controllable, they'll find any way to poke at you so that they can control you. Don't let this one be a trigger for you. Stay independent, because independent people are the best team players. They're the best team players. There's no way he don't like an independent woman. He's lying. So if he says, "You're too much," so this is a way to chop down your personality, to chop down your passion, to chop down your drive, to chop down to like, this is like when they say, "You're too much, man. We don't care about your degrees. We don't care about you, achieving these successes in life." Yeah, you do. You do care about that. because most women, when they do achieve these successes, they look back and they help and they reach back. So you do care about that. So if they say you should smile more, no, why are you in my face if you think that I'm not approachable? Because you just approached me, right? So if they say, oh, you don't smile enough, maybe because you're in my face, that's why I'm not smiling. Maybe I'm sensing something not to smile about. Maybe that's what it is. Follow your instincts, ladies. You don't have to, chop yourself down and cater to these men that don't need to be catered to. If you want to smile at a person, this will all be natural. No man should have to tell you how to act. Like, that's disgusting. You not finna listen. If a man is trying to tell you how to act, he's trying to tell you how to control yourself. That's not his job. That's not his job. Don't let him do it. So if this guy tells you that you're overreacting in a situation where you're completely acting according to the way that you should act, he's being dismissive about your feelings, and he wants you to gloss over it because more times than not, he has something to do with the reason why you're acting the way that you're acting. And so what you should do is continue to follow your gut and eventually move away from this person. Now, I wouldn't say don't problem solve, but if this is consistently coming up, like if this is paired with all these things are paired up together to where eventually all of these red flags are in a row, or they've got more red flags on this list than they should have, it's time to plan your exit. You're too outspoken. I had a guy tell me this before. I wasn't dating him. I had no like romantic relationship or anything like that, but he didn't like the fact that I had a strong opinion about real stuff that happens in real life. And he was like, well, maybe you shouldn't just say how you feel. What? I should tell, and I told him, I'm gonna say how I feel when I feel like saying how I feel, and I don't care how you feel about it. Don't let nobody tell you that you should be quiet or mute yourself. That's part of that people pleasing disease, where I'm not gonna say it because I wanna please you or that person over there or that person over there. No. Now you can find ways to say it in a professional way. You can say it in a way that isn't so mean, but I'm a stark individual to where I'm gonna say it, and if I don't mean it to be mean, but I'm gonna just come out and flat out say it. So don't tell me what I can and can't say, or should or shouldn't say. All right, so the last one on our list is you're too emotional. This is something that a lot of men like to use. Your women are so emotional. You're too emotional. Stop thinking with your emotions. First of all, our emotions, our intuition is part of those emotions. So we have every right to use those, okay? And if I'm too emotional, that means something in you is triggering some emotions. And I'm not going to ignore it just because you told me not to do it. And you shouldn't either. These are red flags. These are code reds for leave this individual alone, because he's climbing up this toxic tree and he's trying to take you up there with him. And guess what he's going to do when he's all the way up there with you? Drop you down it. And unfortunately, so many women are climbing up toxic trees with toxic men. And when they get to the top, these men are pushing them down the tree with no help. And some of them end up unalived, and some of them end up hurt really bad. And that could be your heart being hurt, or that could be your physical self being hurt. The point is that there are a string of red flags that are involved with when a man is trying to manipulate you or humble you, or trying to make you manageable so that he can control your thoughts and your feelings. And that's not okay. All right. Well, hopefully this has been informative for you. Bye.